Good afternoon and welcome to the April 2019 National School Lunch Program webinar. My name is Heather Bloom and I'm a coordinator with the Child Nutrition Programs. I work with the National School Lunch Team to conduct administrative reviews and trainings for the NSLP and USDA Foods topics. Please remember to track the time spent viewing this webinar towards professional development hours to meet USDA professional standards requirements. We will discuss topics that fall under the key areas of Nutrition 1000, Operations 2000, Administration 3000, and Communications 4000. We will start today's webinar discussing the policy memos that were released recently, and then move on to program reminders. We will end the webinar with success stories and time for questions. We do have quite a few policy memos which were released since the last webinar to discuss today. Effective immediately, school food authorities participating in the school breakfast program may credit any vegetable offered, including potatoes and other starchy vegetables, in place of fruit without including vegetables from other subgroups in the weekly menus. This flexibility is based on Section 768 of the Consolidated Appropriations Act 2019, enacted on February 15th, 2019, and effective through September 30th, 2019. This provision provides additional flexibility in planning breakfast menus, but does not require SFAs to make any menu changes. Therefore, SFAs that offer 1 cup of fruit or vegetable at breakfast each day will be considered compliant during the administrative review through September 30th of 2019. SP 20-2019 addresses the federal micro purchase and simplified acquisition thresholds for all child nutrition programs. This memorandum notifies all child nutrition program state agencies and program operators of guidance the Food and Nutrition Services (FNS) received from the Office of Management and Budget (OMB), OMB-M 1818, authorizing increases to the value of the micro purchase and simplified acquisition thresholds. In accordance with the recent statutory changes announced June 20th, 2018, as set forth in the National Defense Authorization Acts, NDAA, for fiscal years 2017 and 2018, the thresholds under the Federal Financial Assistance Awards are increased as follows. Federal micro purchase threshold increased from $3,500 to $10,000, and Federal Simplified Acquisition Threshold, formerly known as the Federal Small Purchase Threshold, increased from $150,000 to $250,000. FNS is applying these changes to all child nutrition programs, including the National School Lunch Program, Child and Adult Care Food Program, and the Summer Food Service Program. Further, this guidance implements an approval process for certain state agencies and program operators that want to request micro purchase thresholds higher than $10,000. SP 21-2019 is intended to clarify that shelf-stable, dried, and semi-dried meat, poultry, and seafood, such as beef jerky or summer sausage, are now creditable as meat in the child nutrition programs. Dried meat products are now allowable for use throughout the CNPs as part of the reimbursable meals or snacks at the discretion of program operators. FNS expects these products to be most useful in meals served off-site, for example during school field trips or picnics. However, in order to simplify meal planning for operators, use of this product is not limited to meals and snacks served off-site. For specific crediting guidance, please visit the Manufacturer's Product Formulation Statement section of the Child Nutrition or CN Labeling Program website. Dried meat, poultry, or seafood products are not included in the food buying guide for CNPs because industry production standards for these products vary widely. Product formulation statements, or products labeled under the CN labeling program, are the 2 acceptable formats for documenting meal contributions from dried meat, poultry, and seafood products. SB 22/2019 provides guidance on crediting coconut, hominy, corn masa, corn flour, and cornmeal in the child nutrition programs, including the National School Lunch Program, School Breakfast Program, Child and Adult Care Food Program, and Summer Food Service Program. Previously, coconut and hominy did not meet the requirement for any components in the meal patterns, but could be served as an extra food. Based on stakeholder feedback, and to meet the growing and diverse cultural needs of our program participants, the Food Nutrition Service is updating food crediting guidance to allow coconut and hominy to credit in the CMPs. Additionally, FNS is updating the guidance on corn masa, corn flour, and corn meal to simplify menu planning. This means fresh and frozen coconut can be used to enhance the taste and presentation of salads, smoothies, and other dishes served with meals or as snacks. Recognizing its versatilities, program operators may now credit fresh or frozen coconut as a fruit based on volume served. Like other fruits, at least 1/8 cup of fruit, fresh or frozen coconut, must be served to credit towards the milk fruit component. Please note that dried coconut, as well as coconut flour and coconut oil, are not creditable in CMPs. Hominy is a traditional food in Mexico and Native American cultures, commonly served as a vegetable or as a milled grain product, such as hominy grits. Hominy is processed in a manner that increases the bioavailability of certain nutrients. Based on its multiple uses and widespread appeal, hominy may now credit towards the vegetable or grain component, depending on how it is offered in a reimbursable meal or snack. In its whole form, hominy credits towards the vegetable component as a starchy vegetable. When hominy is offered in a dried, milled form, such as grits, it credits towards the grain component as a whole grain-rich food. Masa is a dough or flour made from the milled corn that has typically been soaked and cooked in an alkaline or lime solution, which offers increased bioavailability of certain nutrients with a nutritional profile similar to whole grain corn. It is used for making tortilla chips, taco shells, tamales, and other popular corn products. Corn masa, corn flour, and corn meal are now creditable as whole grain-rich ingredients. Therefore, corn products made with corn masa, corn flour, and corn meal meet the whole grain-rich criteria. Program operators may now credit corn masa, corn flour, and corn meal in the same manner as all other creditable grain ingredients and foods. Crediting is determined by weight, as listed in Exhibit A, grain requirements for child nutrition programs, or by grams of creditable grain per portion. SB 23/2019 provides guidance on crediting popcorn in the child nutrition programs, including the National School Lunch Program, School Breakfast Program, Child and Adult Care Food Program, and Summer Food Service Program. Previously, popcorn could not credit to any component in the meal patterns, but could be served as an extra food. Based on stakeholder feedback, the Food Nutrition Service is updating CMP food crediting guidance to allow popcorn to credit as a whole grain. 3 cups or 1 ounce, 28 grams of popped popcorn now credits as 1 ounce equivalent of whole grains in a reimbursable meal or snack. SB 24/2019 provides guidance on crediting surimi seafoods in the child nutrition programs, including the National School Lunch Program, School Breakfast Program, Child and Adult Care Food Program, and Summer Food Service Program. Surimi seafood is a pasteurized, ready-to-eat, restructured seafood, usually made from pollock. Previously, surimi seafood did not meet the requirement for any component in the meal patterns, but it could be served as an extra food. Based on stakeholder feedback, the Food Nutrition Service is updating food crediting guidance to allow surimi seafood to credit as a meat or meat alternate in the CMPs. SB 25/2019 provides guidance on crediting TEMPEH in the child nutrition programs, including the National School Lunch Program, School Breakfast Program, Child and Adult Care Food Program, and Summer Food Service Program. Tempeh is a highly nutritious fermented soybean cake, traditionally made from whole soybeans. Although mature beans have traditionally been have been credited as a meat alternate in the CMPs, the Food and Nutrition Service has not previously issued guidance on crediting tempeh. Based on stakeholder feedback, FNS is updating CMP food crediting guidance to explain how to credit tempeh as a meat alternate. Tempeh is traditionally made with soybeans, but FNS recognizes that tempeh can be made from a variety of beans, legumes, and grains. SB 26/2019 expands flexibility for crediting vegetables in the child nutrition programs, including the National School Lunch Program, School Breakfast Program, Child and Adult Care Food Program, and Summer Food Service Program. In response to stakeholder comments and to expand program operators' options for offering vegetables to children, the Food Nutrition Service now allows pasta made from vegetable flours to credit as a vegetable, even if the pasta is not served with another recognizable vegetable. Whole vegetables cut into noodles or spirals, such as a spiralized zucchini or sweet potato, continue to credit towards the respective vegetable subgroups based on the volume served. Please read the policy memo for more information on crediting pastas made with vegetable flour. SB 27/2019 addresses the paid lunch equity tool. In Section 760 of the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2019, Public Law 116-6, Congress provides that only school food authorities that had a negative balance in the nonprofit school food service account as of December 31st, 2018, shall be required to establish prices for paid lunches according to the paid lunch equity provisions. SB 27/2019 provides notice that any SFA with a positive or zero balance in its nonprofit school food service account as of December 31st, 2018 is exempt from PLE pricing requirements found at 7 CFR 210.14e for school year 2019-20. SFAs that had a negative balance in the nonprofit school food service account as of December 31, 2018 must follow PLE requirements when establishing their prices for paid lunches in school year 19-20. We will now move on to program reminders. As USDA has only recently released the paid lunch equity tool, the NSLP renewal application has not been opened yet. Please continue monitoring your email for news that the renewal application is available. Due to the shortened time frame before the school year ends, we appreciate your prompt attention in completing the application. Be aware that the site application for each school in your district will look a little different, so please review your answers carefully for accuracy. Also be on the lookout for the Fresh Fruit and Vegetable Grant application. The application will be released by the end of April, allowing food service directors the chance to apply for funding to provide fresh fruit or vegetables to elementary students participating in their programs. To apply, FFVP applications and the signed certification of support must be received by close of business on Friday, May 10th, 2019. Both of these documents are required and must be submitted in order for the application to be considered. The after-school snack monitoring review is to be completed twice per the program, once within the first 4 weeks of implementing the program, and again before the program closes. Retain this completed documentation for review by the state agency. The ASSP monitoring form is available in the download form section of my Idaho CMP. Remember, if you ever need to access the policy memos or USDA updates, the state agency has a link to the USDA policy memos on the Idaho Child Nutrition Program website. Also available through the CMP website is the registration link for upcoming 2019 NSLP mandatory trainings to be held in person in July and August. We are in the process of updating the annual mandatory training to include online trainings to be completed prior to attending face-to-face training. This Specific trainings will be designated depending on your job duties and are available in the CMP training portal. Register for both online and in-person trainings in the CMP training portal. Face-to-face trainings are scheduled to occur on July 30th and again August 29th in Boise, on August 6th in both Lewiston and Idaho Falls, August 7th in Coeur d'Alene and Pocatello, and August 8th in Twin Falls. The USDA Foods team would like to announce that Idaho is participating in a pilot program to provide selected summer food service program sponsors with access to the USDA DoD Fresh Fruit and Vegetable Program. This means that SFSP dollars will be used in the favors system for the procurement of fresh produce rather than through My Idaho CMP. That is all we have for program reminders, so we will now end with updates and success stories. The Meadows Valley School District had an excellent salad bar that was available to all grade levels. It had a great variety of fruits and vegetables, and the students really seemed to enjoy it. So congratulations to Meadows Valley School District. And that's all we have for success stories. Does anyone have any questions at this time? Go ahead and use the text box on your screen to type your questions, and I will answer them as they are entered. If you're unsure how to enter a text, hit Alt and the H key on your keyboard to enable the chat feature. And we had a question about repeating the training dates for NSLP. So I will go back to the slide. So in Boise, the training is going to be held on July 30th, and then again August 29th. Training dates for Lewiston are going to be August 6th, and then Idaho Falls is also occurring on August 6th. Training will occur on August 7th in Coeur d'Alene, and August 7th in Pocatello, and then August 8th in Twin Falls. So those are the mandatory training dates for NSLP. So unless we had any more questions, I'd like to thank everyone for attending today's webinar. Please contact Child Nutrition Programs at 208-332-6820 if any additional questions arise regarding the information in this webinar. Please remember that the accuracy of the information shared today is guaranteed only as of the recording date. USDA may issue more guidance or further clarification regarding items discussed in today's webinar. Please note the civil rights statement seen here. It ends with, "This institution is an equal opportunity provider," which is what yours should say as well. This concludes today's webinar. Thank you all and have a wonderful day.